Veterans players have been dropped in Madden 21 Ultimate Team. We can check those out, how the role will be affected, and we will also talk about some AP meta changes. What's good, everybody? What's going on? It's your boy Rob, aka Roboto. So today we are back here once again, and we're gonna go over some new content. Finally, I know it's been so long. It's been maybe what, 5 days? Crazy! But we have new content today. 5 new veterans players we're gonna dive into. We're also gonna jump into how we can potentially use these veterans players to help maybe make some coin. And we could also potentially talk about some AP changes, some meta updates, some things I've noticed after playing about 10 games. But before we jump into that, just want to let you know, if you are new here, I appreciate you for stopping by. If you'd be so kind as to hit the subscribe button down below, notification bell right next to it, get notified anytime I'm live here with brand new content. Also, if you like this video, like what you see, like everything we talked about, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. And in the comment section down below, let me know what you think about any of these things, either the new veterans players that are coming out or the AP changes that hit yesterday. Let's jump into it. All right, before we actually jump into everything to do with the new veterans players, and you see one here above my head, RG3, I do want to let you guys know that tomorrow morning we do have Madden Live from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. As you can see right here on the schedule, we have Madden Live. I will let you guys know right now, Kralo did let the world know that it's going to be a long stream tomorrow because they are doing some competitive updates. So we'll go longer than half an hour. So we might not be right there right at 11 with the raid for Madden, but we will be live at 11, probably a little bit earlier, maybe even 10:30, 10:45. So that way we can go ahead and be ready for when they are ready to bring the horde over to us. But that's besides the point, right? We have Madden Live tomorrow. I do want to make sure one thing is also clear here that they went over in GMM this morning. Just another reminder, refresher about the free agency update, promos, players, all that good stuff. So all the free agency promo players, they should have team chems on them by now, all the main ones in the program, right? All the guys who already signed to their main teams over free agency. This coming Friday, there is supposed to be another update for free agency players who were not part of the promo, who should have an update in their power-up progression, okay? Most notably, those guys include 2 Giants, right? Adoree Jackson, Kenny Golladay, both those guys have power-ups. You could also do a Patrick Peterson, for example. There's a few guys out there that have a power-up that switch teams over the offseason that are gonna get the power-up team, whatever chems on their power-up item. Now, that's not to say all of them are getting it, but there are some who will get it. EA will release the list once they do that, but that is expected to come on Friday. So let's just jump right into the veterans players. Let's not waste any more time here. First and foremost, we have RG3, quarterback, and we will also throw all of the team chems down here too, because some of these guys have a couple. RG3, obviously, Washington football team, Baltimore. I believe he also has Cleveland too. So 93 speed, 95 throw power. Pretty solid there for the throw power, 95 overall. I'd have to check improviser to see what kind of abilities he gets. I gotta assume he gets gunslinger there with 95. But improviser, I don't know. I don't think he's there yet for Hot Rod Master. So, you know, he probably gets some solid abilities. I don't think he gets the best abilities, but improviser archetype, 93 speed is nothing bad either. And he's gonna be part of that new meta shift that we're gonna talk about a little bit later too. This guy might be a good, you know, a cheap version of what we're going to talk about later. So there's RG3 there for the Baltimore Ravens. Obviously, he has more team chems than that. But right here, another one that they revealed, these 2 first guys that we're going over, RG3 and Josh Norman, were both revealed last night on Twitter by Mudhead. 95 overall, 94 speed's a little bit slow. 86 man coverage is atrocious at this point of the season. There's guys out there who have 95, 94 stock, who have, you know, 94, 92 stock. At 94, 95, 96 overalls, and he's coming in at 86 with man coverage. Look, I understand if you're playing a zone type scheme and these new AP changes might force you into that, but at the end of the day, if he's matched up somebody, you get caught in man coverage for some reason, this dude's getting cooked. He's getting burned. That's it. It's over. Gone. See ya. So I don't like that man coverage down there. The rest of it's pretty solid for a 95, but it's a 95 still, right? 94 speed there too. It will get boosted with all his team chems and such. So it's a solid zone archetype corner, but just don't get him caught in man coverage because he will be burnt. Next up here is Robert Quinn, right outside linebacker, 95 overall. He's coming in with 87 speed, a little bit slower than you like. 84 block shed, a little bit worse there than you like, but 97 power move, 91 finesse move. Pretty solid there, but that block shed's a little bit low for me, and the speed's a little bit low too, considering what we have out there in the market. He does have a power-up though, so keep that in mind there for this dude here, Robert Quinn. The first 2 guys we went over do not have power-ups, so their team chems can change on the actual veterans card, for Robert Quinn's card, this veterans card is going to go into his power progression, okay? But you can also get this card and change his team chems and such. So keep that in mind there too. If you are a Bears, Rams, I forget what Chelsea plays for. Bears, Rams, I forget what else. But if you're a fan, you'll see it, or you'll see it here on the video. Randall Cobb, 95 overall. Another guy, 95, 94 speed. That seems to be the new baseline, right? Before we were at like 91 speed. Now it seems like baseline now is 94 speed. You see 94 speed a lot. Look back on the recent releases we've gotten. You'll see what I'm talking about. 94 speed here for Cobb with 88 jump, 89 deep route running, 94 short, 93 mid, 94 catch, 92 spec. He's just not cutting the mustard in any way, shape, or form. You know, route running's bad at where we're at right now in the year. I'm sure he'll fit nice on some theme teams. Packers, I believe, is another one for him. But yeah, he's not really cutting any mustard. He's not wide receiver one at all. Here's another one, Tashawn Gibson Sr., strong safety, 95 overall. Another Bears player here, 92 speed on him. Another trash man coverage dude. I don't know. Maybe these guys were released planned in line with what EA is kind of pitching here, trying to switch up with AP updates, right? I mean, you know, the zone archetype dudes that are coming out here with 86 man, but 94 zone coverage, 84 hit power is a little bit lower than you'd like to. 92 speeds, way lower than you'd like to. You know, it's not that great. You know, these veterans players are not that great at all. So sorry if you guys were looking for some thrilling stuff here for the veterans players, but they're just not good. Overall, all 5 of them are just So just to recap again, all 5 of these veterans players, if you get them in the reroll, they will be able to go ahead and be added to your team, and you can switch the team chem on this actual card. There is only one that goes into a power up right now, and that is Robert Quinn. It'll be, I think it's the top card in his power progression. I don't think he has a better card than a 95 right now. So that's going to be the veterans release. Let's jump into the game and see how you can get them. All right, so over here, same spot as normal for the veterans players. You're gonna go over here and you see this 89 plus overall veterans players. EA has tweeted out that they are live. The tweet was sent, in-game messaging is not there, but the tweet has been sent out. So we'll just back out, go back into the game, do one roll real quick, not really live too much into that because that roll has not been profitable for many people, if anybody, and it's a horrible roll. And on top of that, the players, the names, the stats on them, pretty much they're all L's except for, I guess, RG3, right? I mean, the rest of them are pretty underwhelming. So we'll just hit this once here for 6,000 training. Same deal here, 89 plus veterans players. You know, new 95s in it, that helps, but you know, what did they do to the odds here, right? So, and of course, first roll, we get RG3. Just as I'm talking about how this roll is garbage, we get RG3 on the first roll. Streamer luck, I guess, right? So I'll go ahead and I'll actually show you RG3's card here, because it's good to get a visual on it while we are talking about it. So RG3's, like I said, he's probably the best one out of the bunch. He's gonna quick sell for 25,500 training, as you see behind my big old fat head. He's gonna go into 4 sets here, just team of the year stuff. Attributes here, like we already said, 93 speed. His awareness is 92. So he's not going to really get anything too crazy here abilities wise. We'll check it out real quick on his main card here, because he does not have a power up, so keep that in mind there. He does get threat detector, he gets fearless, escape artist, a solid gunslinger, spin psychonolic deadeye. He's missing QB playmaker, hot route master. Those are 2 big ones. He also doesn't get inside deadeye. But you know, if you want to be mobile and run on the, you know, move on the run with him, it's not a bad one, right? Because he's gonna kind of lead into what we want to talk about today, and that is going to be the AP ability changes. So a guy like RG3 here, you know, he's not the best, right? But the thing is, now with these new AP changes, it's kind of forcing people to put a lot of AP on 2 front pass rushers, 2 to 3 pass rushers up at the front, and then go ahead and send the house with those 2 or 3 guys, and then drop 9, 8, 9 in coverage. Okay, so here RG3, for example, 175, so that's for 95. That's a little bit over what his normal market value is there at a 95. 195s are usually about 165, so maybe he's flying out of packs a little bit more. Maybe that reroll is kind of a little hot, but who knows, who's to say. But that is all to say that RG3 here is going to be somebody much like Lamar Jackson that's going to kind of lead the way meta-wise for the game going forward, okay? A lot of things changed with the AP updates, excuse me. And I know that RG3 reroll was a hot one, and I got pretty lucky there. But what I will say here for this 89 plus vets card, this vets reroll, it's not a bad idea to do a couple things with this, right? Number one, you could go ahead on the auction house and try to see if you can snag some cheap training. to go ahead and maybe a little arbitrage of sorts and go ahead and do what we've been doing recently, right? Those 90 overall cards, depending on the overall or depending on the team, could go for a little price. Yeah, 37K. That's above training ratio right now, right? 37K. So if you can get something that's, you know, over 95, 96 for a good rate, and that's at cheap training under 5, potentially under 6, and you can sell this stuff that's selling for above 6, you know, you can make out a little bit here. The other thing you want to consider too is if you want cheap training, go ahead and look for 89 overall veterans, right? Because people might be rolling this to try to get a certain card, and what they're going to do is they're going to go ahead and just either sell this card or quick sell the card. So these cards right now at 18.8, that's vastly under ratio for some training. Somebody just bought this one at 19.8 when there's literally one for 18.6 right here. All you have to do is filter down. This is what I'm talking about, guys, like people not using the filters right. So keep that in mind there. If these are cheap training options that you'd like, go ahead and dive in here and try to grab some. I might get some for the stream tomorrow and do some hot rerolls. Before we jump into anything too involving the AP changes, I do want to make it clear I am on next gen, right? And I might not be playing the same level of competition as you are because I don't play online head-to-head that much because this game is still very broken. But I do play on next gen, so a lot of my opinions, thoughts, abilities, and what I do on offense, defense might be completely different than what you do because my players play a little bit slower. My players play a lot differently. I have more crisp route runners. So just keep that in mind. Yesterday, we talked about what I was doing, and then I went ahead and I played a bunch of games. I went through and I finished my season. I had like 4 more games to do. Played through the playoffs, 4 intense, sweaty games. A bunch of games that came down to the wire. One game, that my Super Bowl, I kind of ran away with it though. I got like 3 pick sixes. But the other 2 games to get there, 3 games, I guess. So I had to play the last game of the season, 4 more games, and then I went ahead and played 6 more regular head-to-head games online before I lost the season. Played about 10 games. It's kind of coming clear what's going to be the move here, at least this weekend for the next couple weeks. It's going to be these mobile quarterbacks, right? In particular, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's going to be the move because of his abilities and what he can get. Okay, so he can go ahead and he can get something like QB playmaker for 95 overall, 95 awareness. That's 10 AP. You're not throwing that on your dude. But right here for 6 AP, you got Tyrod Master Gunslinger, right? 98 overall, 95 awareness, 95 overall, 95 throw power because he hits 98 overall in his power up. So yeah, I mean, RG3 is going to be a guy similar in the vein, but he's not going to get there because his card itself will not hit those thresholds. But Lamar Jackson will be able to do those certain things because of his archetype. And also because of one main thing here, the speed. His speed is kind of deadly. 96 speed there, only on his 95 or 94, whatever the heck this card is here. 97 throw power, so he can launch it, and his accuracy at 91 there. You're gonna get it up, obviously, if you power up this card even more. And just looking at his card right here, his 97 has 95 awareness right there, 96 throw power, 96 speed. You know, his accuracy is all above 90 there. That deep you can power up to, go deep. Yeah, I mean, he's going to be the move offensively, right? Because a lot of people, what you're doing on defense and what you're seeing a lot more on defense now is that people, like I said, they're going to rush 2 or 3 dudes with loaded pass rush chems on them, pass rush abilities, whatever the case may be, and they're just going to drop everybody in coverage because those pass rush chems are very, very strong. They are very overpowered. I mean, Michael Strahan right here, I just put under pressure on him, and that was deadly under pressure. Even when I went and dropped Strahan back in a spy, I went ahead and dropped Strahan back in a spy, so that way if the quarterback was running, that under pressure would find a way to activate even if he's not engaged right there on the line, right? So the pocket, larger area of effect for QB pressure and disruption. So the area, it's like, you got to imagine they're like little circles, right? So the area that he's in, if he's coming close, that's going to allow for a good animation, so to speak, in the throw out a sack, right? So that was something that I kind of took advantage of, I would say. I'm not even gonna lie, because I would put pressure on the quarterback, rushing guy like Javon Curse and Derek Thomas on the outsides, kind of forcing the quarterback to come in, and then Strahan's there right in the middle with the QB spy, or if they manage to roll out, Strahan's still chasing him down. Lamar Jackson, obviously 96, speed is crazy, so that first play he might get you, but the thing with stamina is it's gonna help out a lot when they start getting more tired. And while you might be saying, all right, well, what about your Strahan? Well, I'll just switch out Strahan for Justin Smith. or I just switch out Cherne and Justin Smith for Carl Banks or LT. You know, you got one quarterback. A lot of people aren't switching out their quarterback a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and keep rotating my dudes. That's the thing on defense. Rotate these dudes, keep their stamina up and keep their stamina going. So that way you're not wasting all these guys. Another thing we did too is we added Night Train Lane to the team yesterday. I kind of added him midway through because I didn't like the way my corners are playing. I was just sick of it. Dion was not playing to where I need him to play. He's arguably the best corner in the game still after months, but he was just not performing. He wasn't keeping up with dudes like Tyreek Hill with 99 speed, and Crow is just not there speed-wise. So I decided to get a dude that's just gonna be physical and lock dudes down, and Night Train Lane did that. Now, just keep in mind, all this to say is, you know, I'm playing on next gen, so keep all of that in mind as we go through all this stuff. So far, I would say the AP changes, do they make the game better? I don't think so. I think it's going to potentially make the game more toxic in the sense that a lot more people are going to go ahead and do things like rollout corners, PA boot overs, all that type of stuff, which will enhance the amount of people who use tight end delay fades and all that good stuff. So it's only going to make the game more toxic, but you know, it's March, so you know, good with the bad. The new version of the game will be out in a couple months, so you know, your entertainment value or your interest may vary. For me though, offensively, I'm still fine. I went ahead and put Inside Deadeye on Brett Favre and Protected because Inside Deadeye is literally broken. It is perfect on every pass on the field. Even if you're outside of the numbers, it's perfect. It's inside, it's Deadeye, it activates every time. And Protected is needed because with all these pass rush abilities now on two linemen that are getting sheds against some of the best linemen in the game, I mean the best linemen in the game, you're gonna need Protected to help that pass rushing kind of not get to you as fast. So those are my thoughts on the AP adjustments, AP abilities, all that good stuff. That's gonna do it for today though. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. We'll catch y'all next time. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about the new veterans players or the AP changes. Peace out.